If you ever wondered what it's like to get the perfect entry every time, worry no more. Today I've got the best strategy for you guys. It's just it's not a strategy as such, but I'm just going to be sharing with you exactly the thought process of what you must do, exactly how to look for the perfect entries so that you get instant results. I promise you guys, if you watch till the end and follow exactly what I say in this video, you'll be profitable, right? You won't blow your account ever again, right? So watch to the end and watch each and every step, right? So generally, what do there are just a few rules that you've got to follow, about six of them, right? Six generally the rules that I follow personally, that I personally use, right? So generally, first of all, what do I do when I approach the markets, right? So first of all, I go to the higher time frame, right? Generally, just to check what the market direction. First of all, the first rule is check the market direction, figure out where the market is going. So generally I like to do that on the higher time frame first, right? So as you can see over here, so I just start by the 4 hour. I don't usually use the daily time frame, right? But I just use the 4 hour time frame most of the times, right? So as you can see from over here, judging on this market price over here, right? First of all, we're in an uptrend over here, right? And when the trend line gets broken over there, right? Let me just draw the trend line, right? When the trend line gets broken over there, right? So we shifted down to the to the downtrend, right? So as you can see over here, right? This was the uptrend, right? So as you can see over here, this was an uptrend, and there was a shift in market structure over here when this trend line got broken, right? So as you can see over here, we just started creating lower lows, a series of lower lows. So the market is now in a downtrend, right? So generally, as you can see, we're creating lower lows, right? And lower highs, right? From on the top, right? So generally, we're in a downtrend. So I'm just going to be looking for my sell opportunities. Then I drop down to my 1 hour, right? And I just start looking for any analysis. So on the 4 hour, you start by looking for for the general trend of the market, right? After checking the trend, you start looking for your setups, right? So check if there are any setups available. That's the second rule, right? So the first rule, figure out the market direction, where the market is going. Second rule, analyze the market before you enter, right? So first of all, how do you analyze, right? So you start by the 4 hour time frame and the 1 hour time frame, drawing any visible support and resistance, right? So as you can see, you can draw this, right? I've got this trend line already, like this resistance of zone over here already marked out, right? Just draw everything that you can see, everything that is clear to your eye, right? I've got this trend line over here, then you drop down to keep on dropping the time frames, right? So as you can see, let me zoom out so that I can get the bigger picture, right? So generally I'm using my laptop, right? But this strategy works even when you're on your mobile phone. Just drop down into your lower time frames, right? So that you get the general idea, right? So as you can see over here, still a downtrend, right? Then I go to my M15. Generally, my M15 I use them for for my entries, right? So you must always have a price action point of view before you add your indicators, right? So after you've got your setups, right? So as you can see from over here, right? As I said, we're in a downtrend when we broke this trend line over here, right? After that breakout, we've got a retest to that trend line, right? And it continued the market continued going down, but if it had broken up, I would have entered the uptrend, right? So right now we're only looking for sell opportunities, right? So I'm just going to be marking you mark your possible setups, right? So as you can see over here, we've got a breakout of this resistance zone. We've got a pullback here. This is the first pullback, then the second pullback, right? Uh, Generally, you are just marking your possible zone, right? Flip zones, I just generally like to use them as a zone, right? So you can use this box over here, right? So that you can mark this whole area, right? So you just mark your possible uh, areas of entries, right? So after that, marking out your charts, you aid by your confirmation indicators, right? So generally, I like to use the moving average. I recommend that you use the moving averages for this, right? So I'm just going to be, let me change this color to maybe blue, right? So that's the 200 moving average. I generally like to use the 200 moving average and the 50 moving average, right? So that's the 200 moving average. Let me, this color is not visible. Let me change it to, let's check paper. It's not visible again, right? But as I'm sure you can see it because my chart is right. Then what, for my second moving average, the 50 moving average, right? Let's use the color light blue, medium blue. Oh, so Z moving average. So I'm going to be 50, right? Then blue, right? So those are the two moving averages that I'm going to be using for my confirmations, right? So as you can see over here, right, this first entry I've got no confirmation, but I still would have entered. Why? Because there's a trend line and a horizontal line resistance over here. So I would take what this trade over here, right? This trade I would have taken it because it's testing what the 50 moving average, right? Then you keep on what dropping to your lower time frames, right? Dropping what, as you can see over here, we've got a test of this what resistance zone, right? And that test is also testing what the 200 moving average. So we've got a strong confirmation over here, right? And over here we've got what? We've got another resistance zone, right? Over here, right? Gets tested, testing the 200 moving average also, right? We continue going down. So we are just marking out your flip zones and you are just entering what on your flip zones, right? So after checking what for your flip zones, you just get to wait for the candlestick confirmation, right? After the candlestick confirmation, you are guaranteed for a what for a trade, right? So right over here, we've got a test of this what order block over here, this order block here, this order block here, this origin, right? So test of that order block, you enter, right? And now, judging from the current market price, we've also broken what this lower trend line, right? As you can see, right? So we should have entered over here. Why? Because let me zoom in, right? Breakout of this what trend line, right? Like what we mark our resistance, right? So the breakout of this what of this support level, creating out resistance zone. So that should have been what enter over here, right? So that's generally how you are supposed to enter using them. So right now we've actually got an entry. Why? Because after that we've got a candlestick confirmation of this one engulfing red candle right over here. So you should have entered over here, right? So it's not that far from this one current market price. So I could actually enter here, right? So I'm actually entering right now. So that's it for this strategy, guys. So what are the rules? Let me just give you a quick summary, right? First, go to the high time frame, check the market direction, right? Figure out what analyze the charts before entering, right? So always have a price action point of view, right? Before you add what any indicator, right? Find a strategy that goes best with you. Personally, I'm using moving averages for this one, for this example, right? But you can use any indicator, right? The RSI, you can just find a strategy that you can use to confirm, right? Uh, for your confirmations, so that you get what a higher probability trade, right? After adding your indicators for confirmation, you just have to what to wait for a pullback to that so that it's respected, right? After a pullback, wait for candlestick confirmation, then you take your entry. It's quite simple, guys. Just follow that and you'll be profitable. And understand I've got quite a few strategies that you can use to what to aid your price action, right? So that you become profitable, right? So if you like the content, like, subscribe, and share the content.